guys, we're going to be talking about pelvis placement today. In Pilates, we like to emphasize and encourage the stabilization of our pelvis and our lumbar spine in all movement and positions we perform. In essence, we're just trying to position the body in the best possible way so you can execute these exercises correctly. The two areas, or the two pelvic placements that we use to achieve stability, is often referred to as neutral and imprinted pelvis positions. So before I show you how to get into neutral and imprint, there's a couple of areas on the body that I want you to be familiar with. So the first one is the pelvis area. And on Mr. Bones, this is this whole area here. I'm hoping you can see that, yeah? So this is this part of your body. This is called the pelvis. The second area I want you to be familiar with is the ASIS, or hip bones, and this is this bony landmark that we can often feel on ourselves. If you trace here on your body, it's the part that sticks out the most. The third area is called the pubic bone, which is this bottom part here of the pelvis. And then the last area is the lumbar spine, and this is the lower portion of your vertebral column, or your spinal column. And you have 5 vertebrae that make up the lumbar spine. So these areas combined is often referred to as the pelvic lumbar region. Okay, so let's talk about neutral. So why do we use neutral? We believe it's the most stable and shock absorbing position for you to exercise in and to create effective movement patterns. Effective movement patterns just means moving in the best possible way for your body. It also encourages the natural S shape of your spine. Alright, so to get into neutral, I quickly want to show you first what a posterior tilt is and what an anterior tilt is, so you get a sense of where your neutral might be between those positions. Okay? So I suggest you do this with me. Come to lie on your mat. Okay? You can just have your knees bent, no problem. All right. So I'm going to have my hands behind me just so you can see my pelvis and my spine. But usually in most positions your hands are kind of by your side. Okay, so a posterior tilt is where your ASIS, or your hip bones, are below or lower than your pubic bone. So you often hear me say tilt your pelvis forward or bring your pubic bone to your nose. So that is moving your pelvis in a position that has this kind of curve here. Your back is also usually quite flat on the mat. Okay, the second position is an anterior tilt, and that is going the opposite way. It's where your pubic bone is now lower than your hip bones, and you tend to have, I don't know if you can see it, a big arch underneath your lumbar spine. Okay? Now your neutral is somewhere in between. We tend to have we like to have a little space underneath the lumbar spine, and your ribs are nice and down so they're not flaring. Okay? Now the best way to find your neutral that I like to cue people is find your hip bones, use the back part of your palm and then your middle finger, and then find your pubic bone. So this point, I would like it to be parallel to the floor and flat. So if I was to balance a cup of water in this position here, it would not tilt forward and it would not spill the other direction. So it's nice and flat, okay? All right, that is your neutral pelvis, okay? Any questions, let me know, and I'm happy to hear feedback, and you'll get another video soon on the imprinted position.